Hi guys, welcome to this session in Microsoft Access. In this module, I want to continue looking at a contact tracing database. So since the last session, I've made some changes. The tables themselves are still the same, contacts, contact tracing and locations. And the forms that we did previously are the same, so contact tracing forms. So you've got a main record there, who that person contacted and where they contacted them if they know. Now what I've done, because I was and hour about these positive tests. So basically, if somebody's positive, they go in this main contacts database. If one of their contacts tests positive, they go in this database. So you've always got this main table with all the positives in there. The fact that it's recorded there as well is just extra. Then for analysis purposes, only these will be looked at. Then you don't get duplications like I talked about last time. So I've left that table the same, but I've just changed the way I'm entering data. So there's a few more records in this table. If I just navigate through, you can see that I've added a few people where the man and wife have both tested positive. They've both gone into this table. And I've also left a few of these contacted and isolating empty. They're not all filled. So some of these not contacted there. Look, so this guy hasn't been contacted and we don't know whether he's had a positive test or is he isolating. So what this little session is going to be about is creating another query. So I've deleted all the queries that were there and just renamed them slightly. So if I get rid of this table and then just double click onto this query. So this is just listing the people that were contacted and people isolating. We'll redo that one. And then this one is date related and by locations. And then following on from those two queries, there is a report, which is a graph, which is just basically contact status. So you've got 7 people contacted, 6 people isolating. And then this one by location. So location and date actually. So you've got Bradford, October had 2. Leeds in September had 1 and October had 3 cases. So that's what we're going to do now. So first off, we'll recreate these. For this one, if I just right click into this one, we'd already done this. I called this query status before, so it's exactly the same where we've used the ABS function. Like so, just to get rid of the minus numbers because these are yes/no fields. And I've been trying to work things out. Might not be the best field to use yes/no for analysis purposes, but that's what we went with, so that's what we're using. So this one, if I recreate this one, we'll go create query, query design. So the table we want is the contact tracing table, and we want location and date. So location, bear with this. So quick. Oh, it's a contacts table, wrong table. I knew that. Just get rid of that one. Contacts table. So location and date. So there's location. Just double click that down. Date. Double click that down. Run that, and it gives you the list there of date of tests. So these are positive tests. Location by positive tests. So if I save this, I should probably put that in the query. QRY positives by location and date. Positives by location date. Okay, so I'll get rid of that one later on. So that's that. So close that down, and then we can create a report on that, which is going to be a graph. So report design, and just grab a column chart in there. And then it asks you to pick your query, which is that one. Now it straight away drops something in there that might look okay actually. Count of date of tests. You got Leeds, Bradford. So let's have a look what I want here. So I want location and date. and that should come in, and location there. So I've got Leeds, Bradford and Leeds by date. That's what I want. Now if I go to the format tab, I want the label, data label, to appear on each of these, which it has done. So that's the actual number. And then you can notice I've got property sheet open there. I want the title, so you've got the chart title there, has title, chart title there. So this is going to be people, no, contacted status, contacted status. And what else do I want in there? I think that'll do for now, but you can change all these little options. 1, 2, 3, so 1 in Leeds, 2 in 3 in Leeds in October. So then if you just have a quick look at that, that'll do for now. Go back, save it. So this is going to be RPT contacted status. By location. So that's that one. So close that down. Then this one. So if that was location. So positive by location, positive cases by location, and contact states. That's just a number of contacted against not contacted, and then status by location is what we've just done, which is just a replica of that one. So if we do a replica of this one, so contact status, so that's this, contact, people contacted, and people against people isolating. If I take that off, let's get rid of all of these. So we just create another one, and then I'll delete these duplicates later on. So it's create report design. You don't need to add the query because it asks you when you do your graph. So if I just draw that, so the query is going to be contacted isolating, and you've got this information there. There's 7 people. So now we've got to apply the different options that we want to see coming down this area by I don't want any of this, so that's what I want. It takes a little while to come in, which is slightly irritating because you then think you've not done it right. So we've got people contacted, so take that off, put that back on. That just gives you that's just giving you this information. And if I take that off, that's just those. So now it's working as it should. If you take these on and off, this should just come straight back. And then access, yeah, so that's putting both of them there, but it's not taking them both off when I take them off. And now, so the chart title is going to be contacted. So that should just come up there like so. And then we go back to format. We tick on our little tick box, and we need to change that over to isolating and tick that on so the numbers are on there. People contacting, people isolating, and then just have a quick look at that. I'll do. I don't really want that on there, so I could take that off, but I'll just save that for now. Call that RPT contacted, and then OK. Close that. So now whenever you use this database, you open the form, you enter a new person, and then you list the contacts, and then people would ring them up to say they're contacted or not, and are they isolating? Have they had a positive test? If they've had a positive test, you add them into this list, and then you follow their contacts, and that's how it works. And then from terms of analysis, you create your queries. So you've got numbers of contacted against isolating, location positives, and that's the same. And then your reports, you base the reports, just graphs in this case, but you could have it as numbers, it's up to you. Make sure the information tells you something, that's the key with graphs. And then all of these are just duplicates. The last thing you would do, I think, is on this form, create some buttons to run these reports. That's what you would do. But that's all I want to do on this session, so I'll do those little macro buttons on the next session. That's it for today. Thank you for your time.